Hello guys, it's Ben from NGB, and today we're just going to go through a very quick size comparison between the PS4 Pro and a bunch of other consoles. So here we have the PS4 Pro. So it's it's not small, it's not unsubstantial by any means. So if we just have a quick look here, as you can see it's very slightly taller than the original PS4, and then if we put them side by side, it's a bit deeper as well at the back. It's got the same angle at the front, although there isn't actually that much difference when you sort of put them on top of each other. And then sort of depth-wise, I imagine it's actually going to be kind of the same. So yeah, it's much the same as the depth. So similar sort of height, with two like slots instead of three. But yeah, that's kind of the same sort of height. So that's the PS4, and that's the PS4 Pro. Next up, we're going to do it with a PS4 Slim. So here is a PS4 Slim, and this is where the big difference is. So, I mean, straight away we can see here is the PS4, here is the PS4, or the new PS4, I should say. It is essentially like they've kind of cut the top layer off. So that's there. I mean, it's substantially shorter at the back, and again, if we do that, it is essentially the same sort of difference at the edge there as it was at the front. So yeah, I mean, this is if you have a PS4 Slim and you want to upgrade to a PS4 Pro. Quite why you've done that, I don't really know, because they came out similar sort of time. That's the size difference there. Okay, so it's the PS4 Slim. Next up, just to show off the comparison, this is against the Xbox One. So I'll just move this slightly out of the way so we can actually get it in shot. The Xbox One original was quite a beast. So in terms of height, you're probably looking at about 1 centimetre away. So if we can just kind of compare those two, yeah, you're looking probably a bit more than that actually. And then obviously width-wise, it's not really a comparison, is it? The Xbox One looks like a VHS player. And then depth-wise as well, the PS4 Pro is quite a lot deeper than the Xbox One. I just nearly knocked the table over. But it's quite low profile in comparison. However, we also have an Xbox One S. So the Xbox One S is dinky, positively tiny. It's a little bit taller than the PS4 Pro. However, you can pretty much put the Xbox One S, sorry, on top of the PS4 Pro, and that actually is more or less an identical width. Probably a millimetre or two in it, but yeah, that's not a huge amount of difference on that one. So that's kind of that. But I thought to myself, you know what? If you're upgrading from a previous gen console, you've held off for ages, let's see what it's like with the other ones. So this is the PS4 Pro, and this is the original PlayStation 3. So this angle's quite deceptive, but they are actually, if we line those up, the PS3 is probably about the same depth as the PS4 Pro. Sort of nose to tail, definitely about the same. We do, however, see that the width, the PS4 Pro is actually slightly wider, but it's the height that really comes into play here. Like the PS3 is a good inch sort of taller than the PS4 Pro. So if we can kind of do that, like, yeah, you can sort of see there, the difference is quite massive. So what if you've been out the scene for a while and you've got a PS2? So there is my PS2. We're not going to compare the PS2 Slim because that is ridiculous. You can slip that into an envelope if you want to. I'm not going to do a Steve Jobs here. This is going to basically be it. So this is the PS2. Again, the PS4 Pro is a bit deeper. It's substantially wider, but the PS2 is actually taller, which is something that I didn't expect. But, oh man, that's the one thing that's missing. It's the rotatable PlayStation logos. And finally, if you've awoken from a coma, we're going to test it out with the original PlayStation. So the original PlayStation is actually surprisingly nearly the same height as the PS4 Pro. There's a massive difference there, but just that. So yeah, I mean, there's a huge difference, but essentially, that's the difference between, you know, the consoles. If you really want a comparison, though, there's a Game Boy Color. That's the size comparisons, guys. Hopefully, if there's any questions, please do let us know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out all of our other stuff. We're going to have so much PS4 Pro and PSVR stuff coming up because we've got a bunch more stuff we can do. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.